Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. So today we are chatting about some more fall candles because why the heck not, right? I am sharing my thoughts on Bath and Body Works Harvest Gathering, which I had never actually purchased before in the past. And I heard several of my candle friends talking about how delicious and beautiful it was. You know, they kind of warned me that it was a pretty basic type of fall scent, but that it was done just very well. And so I went ahead and finally picked one up. And you guys, I love the scent. I love this scent. And it is incredibly basic. We'll talk about that. But I'm just going to tell you right now, I do have beef with this candle, and yeah, we'll discuss that. It is, of course, in the performance department. So anyway, let's get into it. So the description for this candle right here is, well, the fragrance description is fresh picked apple, autumn berries, and clove buds. So a very basic fall scent, right? Like you've got that apple in there, you've got that kind of berry type note, and clove, which when you put them together, great fall combination. This, to my nose, smells a little bit like that typical craft store kind of smell, but way more sophisticated and way more like enjoyable than just walking like into a Michael's. The apple that I get in here is a very crisp, fresh apple note. I would put it maybe in like the Macintosh or like Honeycrisp family. It's sweet and juicy and like just very fresh smelling. The berries that I get are kind of nondescript. I would maybe say like smells a little bit like there's maybe some cranberry in here, or it's not currant. I don't love currant, so I know it's definitely not that. But there's just that little bit of like a tart berry note as well. And then that clove is done beautifully in here. Clove can get kind of tricky, at least to my nose, very quickly. But in here, it's like this kind of light addition kind of at the end after the apple, after the berries. There's also a little bit of just like a hint of cinnamon in here to my nose. It's not in the description at all, but I kind of smell it. I love the scent. This is a fantastic fragrance, you guys. Now, here's where it always goes downhill with me when it comes to Bath and Body Works. I think it has to do with the wicks that they used for this particular one. I'm going to be repurchasing this, but I'm going to repurchase it from a different collection and see if maybe in a different collection they use some different wicks, because I think that's what my problem is here. So I'm going to lift you up and take you just over the candle here for a second. I have had this lit now for, it's been an hour. You can see it's struggling to pull out, and you can see how tiny those wicks are. I have not trimmed these wicks at all. These are those huge Bath and Body Works tree stump style wicks that, for me, I always struggle with. Whenever I see a candle with those wicks, my automatic assumption is, okay, I'll probably get one or two good burns out of this, but then I know I'm going to start getting puny wick syndrome, and then I'm going to start struggling with the strength and the throw. And that is absolutely the case with this one. Once again, it's so frustrating because I would love to continue to burn this one. The Harvest Pomegranate, I was able to burn all the way to the bottom. Not a single complaint about the way that it burned wick-wise at all. There was no soot. The wicks were never drowning. And that particular one had the, I would say, kind of like average wicks. They're not the super skinny ones, but they also weren't these really thick rope-like wicks either. when I have these, I find that at the halfway point, everything peters out, the strength goes, the throw goes, and I have to put it in my candle crock. And I'm actually, right after this video, I'm gonna blow this out and it's going in my candle crock, which is right over here in the kitchen. Sorry, I've got some trash over there, but that is the candle crock that I brought downstairs to the kitchen. That is actually the candle crock that I most recently took my pumpkin spice latte out of, because that one had the same problem. It was great for the first couple burns, and then it just petered out to the point where I was just thinking, wait, do I have this candle lit or not? I just can't smell it anymore. So for the first 2 burns, the strength was about, I would say, like a 6, 6.5. The throw was also fine. I had it here in the kitchen, and it, you know, it smelled up the kitchen. It smelled up my kitchen nook, and even traveled into the family room. So decent, about a 5, I would say, in terms of throw. But now, like, I can't even smell it. Like, I'm standing at the edge of my kitchen island and I cannot smell this candle. That is how shallow the pool is in the wax pool is in the candle right now. It's just not releasing any fragrance because the wicks are, they're non-existent at this point. They're still there. You can still see that little bit of a glow, but you can see how short they are. And again, I did not trim these wicks at all. I did not trim them from the get-go. They just always do this. I don't understand why Bath & Body Works continues to use these particular wicks, because every single one, it just automatically gets relegated to the candle crock. And I don't feel like this is worth returning, even though it's definitely not performing the way that it's supposed to. I still get probably actually more life out of the candles if I put them in the candle crock, because I stick them in there, I turn it on, and then I usually, if the candle is at the halfway point, get 4 or 5 days of continuous fragrance, and then it starts to peter out. I turn the crock off, the wax hardens, and then it goes into my empties. But it's just frustrating to have to do that because I'd really rather burn the candles. I purchase home fragrance for the ambiance, so the flame, if you will, and the fragrance. And if one of those or both of those are not happening, that's super disappointing, especially for a candle with a price point of, wait, what are they, $25.50? Is that what they're charging these days? $25.50. Now, I never ever purchase these Bath & Body Works candles for full price. I always wait for a sale, and I always use a coupon. There has to be a sale and there has to be a coupon on top of it. Otherwise, I just don't buy these. Don't ever spend $25.50 on a Bath & Body Works candles. They're not worth that at all. And I'm just shocked that they even try to like sell these at that price point. That's unrealistic, especially if you don't get anything out of them after the first couple burns. I mean, yes, they do great in my crock, but again, that isn't why I buy them. The crock is supposed to be an occasional backup if there is the odd 1 or 2 candles that maybe I trim the wicks too short, or, you know, something else goes haywire. It's not supposed to be the automatic default for every Bath & Body Works candle. At least I don't think it should. But yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about the performance? I think a lot of you agree with me that it's just kind of disappointing, but yet we continue to buy the candles because they have some great scents. I love this scent, you guys. I think it's beautiful. I really enjoy it. And will I repurchase it? Yes. I'm gonna see if I can go in store and look at the wicks, because I actually ordered this one online. I was not able to look at the wicks prior to getting it. Otherwise, I think I would have been a little bit more hesitant, but I'm gonna go in store during the next sale and actually pick the candle out myself and see if the wicks are any different. If the wicks are not different, I don't know that I will get another one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed, and I'm tired of being disappointed by Bath & Body Works. no candle company is perfect. Let me just say that right now. Homeworks has their duds. Yankee has plenty of duds. Like every candle company, you know, has a mess up here and there. But this just seems to be such an ongoing issue for them that I'm just shocked that they would not address it in some kind of way. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to give my thoughts, and I'm gonna go put this in the candle crock right now and enjoy it that way. I think I'm gonna be able to actually smell it once I stick it in there, and I'm looking forward to this fragrance filling the back part of my house for the next few days. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Let me know your thoughts on harvest gathering down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.